once encouraged a client of mine to go on a trip with his friends, and he would be the only one who didn't know where they were going. I promised we'd talk about homework in CBT, so here I am, back to talk to you about some of the homework that we suggest and we encourage in CBT. Some of the most standard ones are like going over your therapy notes. Therapy notes are notes that we put together during therapy, and you're supposed to read them on a daily basis. Some of them are keeping logs of something that we particularly ask you to keep logs of. More interesting ones would include setting up a behavioral experiment that we discuss together and we think about why and what it would help with, and then you would have a plan to go and execute it in your normal life. Exposure exercises are usually given as homework. We plan them in session, but then you have to go apply them in your real life. For people who consistently have trouble keeping logs or keeping track of their thoughts, I've suggested that they film mini documentaries and then we can watch them together in session, and they could be just 3 minutes long and they can include their explanation of a certain situation. And that's been set as homework. I've suggested to clients to have a particular conversation with their father or their mother, and we even role-played in therapy how that might go and what their expectations of it could be. When clients have trouble remembering that they had homework to do and that there was something they needed to remind themselves of, we have often resolved to just wearing a bracelet and keeping it on for a week, a particular bracelet that they never usually wear, and the aim of it is to stay on and remind you of something. Many times I've had clients change the wallpaper of their phone to a certain statement that we were working on, a certain new belief that we were testing. We've done lots of social experiments where you're encouraged to do something specific that we agree to in therapy out with your friends. And sometimes there's like a survey way of doing this experiment where you are actually asking your friends a particular question with an aim in mind that we're working on in our sessions. And another one of my favorites is when the homework is a movie that they really should watch because of a lesson that they're trying to learn. In any case, the point of this video is to show you that homework can be very creative and there's just no limit to what we could come up with together in therapy. As long as it serves a certain purpose that gets you closer to your target, then it will probably be helpful, and at the very least, you'll probably discover something about yourself that you didn't know before. Homework in therapy can be a lot of fun.